We will discuss about optical networks today.
Hi, hello. Optical networks. We will learn something about optical networks. And optical networks basically a communication networks used for the exchange of information through an optical fiber cable between one into another. It is one of the quickest networks used for data communication. As we already know that data signal through an optical fiber is transmitted in the form of light pulse. So optical networks are used in order to have optical signal transmission. Now the question arises that what is the need for optical networks when we have other communication networks, like you can say about a copper cable, or you can say about a telephone lines. Those communications we have. Then also why we require the optical fiber, optical networks. So the answer the answer will be like that. The question basically relies on the EG for the EG of transmitting the signal in the form of light pulse. Today's internet era is based on fiber cable, and only the optical signal can be transmitted through these cables. Thus, the need for optical networks emerges as we know that transmission through fiber cable is an easier task due to the low production cost of the network. Along with that, a fiber cable permits large data carrying capacity and longer distance transmission than other cables, like it can be a coaxial cable, or we can say copper cable, or those telephone lines. Thus, we use fiber cables, and hence the optical networks is an important aspect for the communication system. Now we learn something about the element of optical networks. And optical networks is basically composed of the following elements. Let's just see the diagram. It's a station. Stations is an optical network serves as the source and destination of the information being transmitted and received. Stations are basically those devices that are used by the user of the network, for example, a computer or any other telecommunication device. Trunk. A trunk is basically a transmission line, as an example, optical fiber cable in order to transmit the optical signal. A network is composed of one or multiple trunks for signal transmission over large distance. Node, if we say about a node is nothing but act as a hub for multiple transmission line inside the network. In case of a single transmission line, an optical network does not require nodes. As in this case, station at both the end can be directly connected to the fiber cables. Topology. When multiple fiber cables are employed in an optical network, then these are connected through nodes, but the way in which the multiple nodes are connected together denotes the topology of the networks, means topology, right? And next comes to a router. A router is basically placed inside an optical networks that provide a suitable path for signal transmission. Now we comes to the optical network topology. As we have already discussed in the previous section, that topology is the arrangement of multiple optical fiber transmission lines in an optical network. So let us now move forward to understand the various topology configurations. Type of topology. We'll discuss about type of topology. A type of topology can be bus, ring, star, and mesh. Means mesh we can say as a circuit of globe. Bus topology, that's in a bus topology, the various nodes are connected through a single trunk line with the help of optical couplers. This allows a convenience as well as a cost-effective method to transmit the signal. However, in a bus topology, it is difficult to determine the fault node as well as it also takes time to restore the transmitted signal from that particular nodes. It is very low cost we can install this particular topology. Now we'll come to the another topology that is called ring topology. It means it will be just like a ring. In a ring topology, one single node is joined to its neighboring nodes, thereby forming a closed path. It means a closed ring. It means a circle. So the transmitted information in the form of light is sent from one node to another. Also, optical couplers are installed within the network in order to couple the transmitted optical signal from one node to another. It means it will close in a ring. From one side it goes and from the other side it will come back to a same node. It means it will make a circle. Now we'll come to another topology that is called star topology. Topology, in star connection, the various nodes of the networks are connected together with a single central hub. It will be a single central hub. This central hub can be active or or passive network. Do you mean what is active network? Active networks means its requirement of a power, and passive networks means doesn't require a doesn't require the power. That is a simple method of to understand that active means active power is required, current is required, and passive means without current also it can be run. This central hub then control and direct the transmitted optical signal inside the optical networks. Now, the last one we can see as a mesh topology. In a mesh topology, an arbitrary connection is formed between the nodes in the network. This point-to-point connection can be changed according to the application. This shows the flexible nature of star topology, as in case of failure of one node, other can be used for signal transmission. Basically, a mesh connection failure of any link or node is generated, then firstly that particular failure is detected, then the signal traffic is diverted from failed node to another link inside the connection. This is what the advantage of it. One line goes down, the other line we can make it up by manual or by default. Categorize of optical networks. The categories of optical networks are based on the area that connect the user of the networks. These are classified as local area network, that is shortly we can say LAN. Basically a LAN connection provides the interconnection of users that are present in localized areas like a building, a department, or an office, etc. The example of network topology of LAN is Ethernet. It means that through Ethernet it gets connected. As in LAN, users are permitted to share the resource together like servers, etc. These are personally owned by an organization. It is quite inexpensive. Campus network. This network's category is formed by the interconnection of multiple LANs. This is basically extended to a large level but is still confined within a localized area. It is also governed by a signal organization. The example of campus network, a university campus, a government organization, or a medical center, etc. Metropolitan area networks, MAN, MAN. It is also known as a metro network and cover a greater area than a campus networks. It permits the interconnection of several buildings that are present in different cities. Due to its large operating area, MAN is controlled by several communication organizations. Wide Area Network (WAN), when unlike MAN, a WAN provides interconnection of users from neighboring cities as well as across country regions. It is employed to establish communication over a large geographical distance and is controlled and maintained by some private organizations or telecommunication server service providers. Advantage of optical networks. Using an optical networking system is highly advantageous. The advantages are as follows. An optical transmission systems support high bandwidth. The transmitted signal can be transmitted to longer distance. This networking systems is more flexible than other transmission system. The first one, an optical transmission system support high bandwidth. It means we can pass across more faster connection, like we can give higher speed broadband connection. The second one, what it says, the transmitted signal can be transmitted to a longer distance because through an optical fiber we can pass the signal more than 20 to 30 kilometer without any loss, or more than that also nowadays. More than that also we can pass across. So this is what more longer distance we can cover. This network system is more flexible and other than the other system, because comparing to copper and those telephone lines, it is more flexible. So we can say optical networks provide better signal transmission capability to longer distance, thus as wide use nowadays. Thank you. Thank you all.